All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. In fact, I think we're throwing this up on the second channel, so if you have not yet, make sure you do subscribe to the second channel, hit the like button, and I know I always ask guys, and everyone on YouTube always asks you, let me know what you think in the comments down below. But really, let me know what you think in the comments down below, because I am so perplexed and brain pretzeled about the status right now in gambling, Twitter sports betting, Twitter gambling, X, whatever you want to call it, right? Like, there is just so much going on, and I am curious to see if you guys over here on YouTube are all that much involved with it. If you're not, I kind of recommend it, but don't at the same time. But I do really find myself being curious as to what you guys think of it. So there's a couple things that I want to talk about in this rant. I don't really have anything planned, so we'll see how that goes, kind of off the cuff. But one, I kind of just talk about where gambling Twitter is as of right now. And also one thing that is irking me. So we'll save the irking thing for their attention, right? We'll get you to the end of the video for that one, so stick around. But the first thing, and just by the way, like, I don't consider myself involved in gambling Twitter. Obviously, I do most of my content creation and discussion and whatnot on YouTube, but I've been on Twitter and in gambling Twitter for a long time, kind of watching from the sidelines, okay? So I find myself being someone that is credible in terms of talking about it and legitimate to talk about it, but, you know, if not being involved in it, not being, you know, someone that speaks in some of these spaces, I can get where someone may be like, well, you're not even part of it. I understand that, but I would say that I've been watching for years and years. Seems like been on there forever, right? So that'll kind of play more of a part in the second part, what's kind of irking me, right? Let's start with where things are right now, because things are just crazy. If you guys aren't aware, this space, and no pun intended with the word space, has gone to a new level, I would say, in much part to Elf. If you guys don't know who Elf is, he's on Twitter. He runs these late night spaces in which he brings on guests, but some beefs and hatred situations and all these things have facilitated through these spaces and have come to real life in many ways. Like, there are so many characters out there. They're calling out scammers, grifters, you know, untruthful people. Des Bryant's been on there before. Most recently, one of the products of the spaces was Sean Perry. If you don't know who that is, say what you want about him, sports better, right? And Mozzie. I think we've done a reaction video to his lifestyle on the channel way back. Those two guys got into it on a space, and it really wasn't even the original beef, right? I think it was a Mozzie and Des beef. Sean Perry gets involved. They start going at it. The next day, they quite literally, in real life, fought each other. Now, it was not really sanctioned or anything, but it was at a boxing gym, headgear, gloves, belt gear, all that type of stuff, right? So it's like, things that are talked about now, these keyboard warriors and whatnot, proofs in the pudding, money's where their mouths are. Like, they're literally fighting. And again, you might not like that. You might think that's gone too far. Like, what's next for allowing this? But to me, it's comical and good. Comical. It's good comedy in a weird way, but I think in a way that it's like, yeah, finally, like, some of these people that are keyboard warriors, it's like, okay, well, tomorrow, let's see if we're that loud in real life, right? That's one thing. Elf himself, the host, it came up about him being able to do push-ups, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, can he do 50 in a minute? There was, I believe, tens of, maybe over $100,000 wagered on this, whether or not this kid could do 50 push-ups in a minute. He did hit it. And again, like, some of this stuff I'm speaking from just recaps and not really in the weeds. Like, some of those spaces are just too late for me to even tune into overall. And I don't really have much interest in being involved in the discussion, but I love consuming the discussion, if that makes sense, especially the next day when things are clipped up. But, like, the fact that people are wagering collectively over six figures on someone, I don't know how old Elf is, but a young guy just doing push-ups for the camera, it's mind-blowing to me, but it makes a little bit of sense, right? You also had Jeff Nadeau, and I was it Joey Knish? I believe I've seen him. I think it was him that said Nadeau couldn't run a mile in less than 8.5 minutes. Nadeau went out there and did that. They had a wager on it. Like, this sort of that's happening, right? I know that doesn't really make sense. It's like using the word in a sentence when you're trying to define it. But this happening is crazy, because all of a sudden you're thinking, okay, well, gambling and sports betting is all about, all right, you like the Celtics -3 tonight, okay, you get it for -110, oh, you can get it for -105 over here. And now all of a sudden we're in this peer-to-peer realm where we're betting on freaking guys doing push-ups, someone running on an old school treadmill, two guys who have clearly, if you watch that video, never been in a fight before, fight. Things are just crazy. And I guess credit obviously to Elf for almost like all these characters have existed and have, not all, but most of these characters have existed for a long time. It's like they were covered with gasoline, right? And then Elf comes along and he just goes, I got some matches. 1 match, 2 match, 3 match. And all of a sudden these guys are just going up in flames and turning into a different type of beast. And again, it's comedy. It's good. It's entertaining. Who knows where it goes? But overall, yeah, gambling Twitter is in a crazy state right now. I don't think anyone can argue that. That does kind of lead me into the thing that truly just irks me. And I'm getting, I guess annoyed is probably a good word. I don't spend too much time thinking about it, but I'm making a rant video about it, so it clearly is irking me enough, right? With all this happening and with sort of what has, been in the spaces is calling out grifters and scammers and all that. But it's led to the people on the other side feeling like they're the most, righteous people in the world. And this is from someone that never claims to be good at this stuff, never has sold a pick in my life. So I think I can speak to it from a good perspective. Why are people that are saying they're the good guys tweeting stuff like I've seen and like these tweets that have irked me, which are pretty much, can't we get back to when it was us versus the books? Can't we get back to, let's beat the books. It's us against them and all that. Like, I ask you, when was it like that? Again, I feel I've been on gambling Twitter for a long, long time, whether it's watching from the sidelines, couple mix-ups here and there, but overall I've seen enough and I've been in the industry long enough to know, like, it's never been let's beat the books. I started Guy Boston Sports in 2016. So if you say just under a decade of experience here isn't enough, then fair, you've been in it longer than me. And, I'll tuck my tail between my legs and walk home, okay? But I think that that's enough experience to speak on this, because it's been like 5 or 6 people in the last couple days tweeting out like, we should just be all in this together and all that. It's like, it never has been that. If you've been in this industry specifically, or really in any industry, person A, whether you're selling picks or giving picks or just talking about your picks, and person B doing the same thing, that person A most likely doesn't want person B, or at least doesn't want person C to succeed as much as them, because it means more business, more eyeballs, more anything for person A if those two or one thing happen, right? Like, it's always been person to person, not even talking about just betting markets. That's another thing where it's like you are trying to beat the number that most people are getting on the books. It's not you versus the book. It's you getting something at -110 when everyone else is getting it at -130. Forget what the book is just the number. They're the middleman, sure, but it has never been let's beat. Like, that's a utopian society that has never existed in sports betting Twitter, anything like that. So it has irked me a little bit, and maybe I don't know, I am sick, I'm cloudy-headed, irritable right now. Maybe that's the case, but you can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I don't think it's ever been us versus the books or anything like that. Like, if you've been in this space, you at least don't like somebody, don't like what they do, don't like how they operate their business. Like, if you give picks for free, odds are you don't really love the people that seem like they're selling picks in a fake and kind of shady way, right? If you are selling picks and you feel good at it, you probably don't like those people either. You probably look down upon the people that are talking smack because they give it for free. Like, there's buckets here where you just don't like the other bucket. You can respect it. You can be like, hey, it's their choice and all that, but it's never been a let's get along type of space or industry. And even to the point of beat the books, like, that would be great, sure, but technically me beating you or you beating me has a lot to do with beating the books, and that's how you beat the books. You beat the market, which the market is made up of a bunch of other people playing. So yeah, I don't know, it just irked me that some people are trying to look like the angel in the light, being like, oh, come on, can't we get back to that time? I don't remember a time it was ever like that. Again, maybe if 9-10 years isn't enough time, I get it, but the voice is starting to fade on me. Probably going to close up shop. Let me know what you guys do think down in the comments down below. Biggest thing is, let's get back to the beat the books. There's no back there. That's a great pipe dream, I get it, but I don't think we've ever been an industry that is aligned with that message. It's always been, me versus you, me versus him, me versus her, that type of thing. Always, in some way, shape, or form. It just is what it is. And then to the first point, to recap, gambling Twitter right now is crazy. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.